Okay, so get this. Today we are diving deep, deep into the world of altcoins.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, we're going to try to figure out how to spot the next big thing, like before it explodes and everyone's talking about it.
The next Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly, like Bitcoin back in the day. And we're going to use this excerpt. It's called Predicting the Next Big Altcoin, What to Watch For, to help us kind of break it all down.
Sounds good.
I think it's so easy to get caught up in the hype.
Oh, totally.
Like there's so much buzz out there.
Yeah,
It can be tough to separate like the real deal from just noise.
definitely. I think that's one of the biggest traps for new investors is getting caught up in the hype, like what's trending on Twitter or Reddit, then they just buy into it without really understanding the project.
The good old FOMO.
Exactly.
I've been there for sure.
Yeah, and that's what this excerpt is all about. Like it's not just about FOMO, it's about looking deeper, like beyond the surface.
Right. Substance over hype. I like that. So the source also talks about how important it is for a project to have like a unique use case.
Yeah.
Something that actually solves a problem or like fills a gap in the market.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Like, Bitcoin was revolutionary, right? Because it introduced this concept of decentralized digital currency. But altcoins, they're trying to push the boundaries even further.
Oh, for sure.
Like, they're using blockchain technology to tackle all sorts of things.
Yeah, like what kinds of things? What are some examples?
Okay, well, take a look at Algorand. It's aiming to create a super secure and scalable platform, but specifically for like decentralized finance applications. So it's not just about payments anymore. It's about building a whole new financial ecosystem.
Whoa. Okay, so a whole ecosystem built on a blockchain.
Yeah, exactly.
That's wild. But how do we know if an altcoin like actually has staying power?
Right.
Like, is it just going to be a flash in the pan, or is it going to be something big?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question. This excerpt mentions developer activity and community support as being like really key indicators.
Okay, so why is that? Why are those two things so important?
Okay, well, a vibrant community, that usually signals like organic growth.
Right?
It shows that people genuinely believe in the project's vision. It's not just about the tech itself. It's about the people using it, developing it, spreading the word. Just like, look at Ethereum.
Okay, yeah.
Ethereum has this incredibly active developer community, which is a huge reason why they've been so successful and innovative.
Oh, for sure. I mean, their community is massive.
Exactly.
So it's like a snowball effect, right?
Pretty much.
The more people that believe in it, the more momentum it gains. The source also talks about the importance of real-world partnerships
Yeah, for sure.
and how, like, if an altcoin gets integrated into a major payment system, that can be huge.
Oh, yeah. Huge validation. Like, imagine if, say, Chainlink partnered with a big insurance company
Okay.
to automate, like, their claims processing.
Well, that'd be massive.
Yeah, so suddenly this technology, it's being used by, like, a trusted institution.
Yeah.
And that could lead to way more people using it.
Right, because it's no longer this kind of abstract thing.
It's exactly.
It's actually being used in the real world.
Okay.
Okay, so we've talked about use cases, the community, partnerships. What about, like, the coin itself, like how it actually works on a technical level?
Yes. The excerpt calls this tokenomics, which is basically like the token's economic model. It's all about understanding things like how many coins are there, how are they distributed, and how is the token actually used within its own ecosystem.
Okay, so give me an example.
Okay. Let's say a coin has a limited supply.
Right.
And there's also a way to burn tokens over time. That means the coin becomes more scarce. And as it gets more scarce, it could potentially increase in value.
Right, so it's like a deflationary kind of system.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and I remember reading about how some coins, like, they let holders vote on, like, decisions about the project. It's like having voting rights in a company.
Yeah, exactly. It's a really cool aspect of decentralization. Now, another thing to think about is regulations. Projects that are, transparent about what they're doing, have undergone security audits and are following all the rules, those are the ones that tend to inspire more confidence.
Right, it's kind of like doing your due diligence before investing in a company. Right?
Exactly. Same principles apply here.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so this excerpt, it actually highlights a few specific altcoins that they think are worth watching. What are they?
Okay, so first we've got Solana. It's known for its speed and its ability to handle a lot of transactions. That's made it super popular for decentralized apps.
Okay.
Then there's Polkadot. Polkadot is all about connecting different blockchains together so they can work seamlessly. It's like building bridges between different crypto universes.
Okay, I like that analogy.
Then we have Arbitrum. It's a layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum. It's basically making transactions on Ethereum faster and cheaper.
Awesome.
And finally, we have Chainlink, which
Yeah.
we talked about earlier. It's bringing real-world data into the blockchain world.
So it's like a data bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a pretty impressive lineup. But I imagine it's also important to look at how these coins have performed, like in the past, like during different market conditions.
Yeah, absolutely. Seeing how a coin reacts during those ups and downs, those market cycles, it can tell you a lot. For example, if an altcoin manages to hold its value pretty well during a big market crash,
Oh, interesting.
that might suggest that there's strong community support behind it.
Okay, so resilience is key.
Definitely.
It's not just about riding the waves. It's about seeing which projects can actually weather the storms.
Exactly. Finding the next big altcoin, it takes research, analysis, and yeah, maybe even a little bit of intuition.
Well, I feel like after this deep dive, I've got a much better understanding of the whole altcoin landscape.
Good.
Any final thoughts before we wrap things up? Like any parting wisdom for our listeners?
Sure. Here's something to think about. What are some of the biggest problems in the world today? And could a cryptocurrency maybe offer a solution? So I would say look for those projects that are trying to tackle real-world challenges.
So think big, think impact.
Exactly.
And of course, always do your own research.
Always.
Don't just take our word for it. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.
See ya.